There we go. Now we're live. So welcome everybody who's on the internet. You just missed our introductions with instructions. So you haven't missed any awards yet. Glad I caught that. So welcome everybody who's watching online, and parents, we're glad you're here. Let's get started. Our first awards are subject awards. And as I said, it's not necessarily the student who maybe was the highest grade in the class in that subject. Oftentimes our teacher wants to recognize someone who gave great effort, or they're particularly interested in that subject, and they went above and beyond in some way. So, ready to present our subject awards, and our first teacher is science teacher, Mr. Rhodes. Come on up, Mr. Rhodes.
All right. First of all, parents, glad to have you here. Thank you for taking time out of your day to come and enjoy our students. So for subject awards, my first hour outstanding student goes to Olivia Hamilton. Second hour, Easton Weigel. Third hour, Maya Lopez. And fifth hour, Sailor Man. Like Mr. Hunter said, these are not only students that may have had the best grade in the class, but came to class prepared, were ready, respectful, relational, the Miller Five every day, and I appreciate each and every one of them. Next, we'll have Miss Lee.
All right, thank you so much for being with us today. I'm super excited about these awards. This group is super special to me because a lot of them I've had 2 years. I had them as fourth graders, and then I'm very blessed to have several of them again as sixth graders. So they are very near and dear to my heart. For math, in my first hour, we have Abel Sam. In second hour, we have Maddox Lee. In third hour, Ruby Stevens. And fifth hour, Jack Copen. Super proud of these kids. Some of those were hard choices. I had a lot of excellent students this year in math. And so very proud of all four of these, just for the leaps and bounds that they made throughout this year. So great job, guys. Next to speak is Mrs. Easter with ELA.
Good afternoon, everybody. Glad you're here with us. So, like Mrs. Lee said, we have a lot of really great kids that made a lot of great effort this year, and they have really grown as students and as academics. It was a really tough choice for me for a lot of my students because I had at least 3 or 4 in each class that I could have chosen for this award. So, my high achieving student overall for English in my first hour class is Jack Copen. Second hour is Sailor Man. Third hour was Maddox Lee. And my fifth hour class is Abel Sam. And next up, we have Mr. McConnell, our world geography teacher.
afternoon, everybody. I'm glad everybody's able to come out and enjoy this today. Talk about my outstanding students. These are the students that honestly just make my job a lot easier. You know, these are the ones where, you know, they come ready, they come prepared, they work hard. That's all I can ask of. So for my outstanding students, for my first hour, that would be from Maddie Gully. And for my second hour, Miss Ruby Stevens. Outstanding student for my third hour goes to Lily Orr. And finally, for my fifth hour, outstanding student is Miley Lopez. And these were hard choices, but these guys are. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Frank.
Mrs. Baker, our wonderful music and choir teacher, is going to announce all of the elective awards for Pod 4.
All right, if you do not hear an award given out from a certain subject in electives, it's because they were given out yesterday with Pod 2. So, here we go. For our outstanding performances, Noah Newton. Also in art, Camden Ramsey. In PE, Olivia Hamilton. And in STEM, Miley Lopez. Like I said, if we didn't say them, they were probably given in Pod 2 as of yesterday. These are our outstanding electives. They'll have a seat. Circle the State with Song. This is a regional choir that a lot of my choir kids were involved with, and they got to sing with about 175 singers from our region back in January. And they're the following students I'm going to recognize. Allie Bannister. Zoe Deckenbaugh. Olivia Hamilton. Kaylee Jones. Emma Lenee. Sayla Mann. Braxton Olson. Lily Orr. Alex Perez. Batman. Angelique. Evelyn Salvo. Addison Schick. Liz Unquist. And those are our Pod 4 participants in Circle the State with Song. Hold them up.
job, everybody. The next awards will be presented by Mrs. Easter and Mrs. Lee for iStations and Imagine Math. So in iStations, we have awards for most growth. Students take what's called an I-7 iStations monthly. And so the students that won the most growth in I-7 award, they had the most growth from September until now. And then in Imagine Math, we have 2 awards. We have students that had the most lessons passed in the pod. And then we also have an award for most quantile growth from the beginning of the year to just this last week in Imagine Math. And we will start with Mrs. Easter for Isaac.
I just have to say that we had a lot of kids that grew, like they said earlier, more than 1 grade level in a year, which is quite an accomplishment. But the kids that get this award are kids that have grown 2 and 3 grade levels this year. They worked really hard, and we are all very proud of their work and their effort in getting that growth. So my award winners are Holly Price, Nydelyn Lopez, Noah Williams, and Summer Blue. And one more, Angel Sanchez.
Imagine Math. The first ones we're going to give out is for the most lessons passed. So these kids work on Imagine Math every single week. Every Tuesday morning we start out with Imagine Math for 30 minutes, and some pass 1 lesson during that time. Most of the times it takes about 45 minutes to get through an entire lesson. These students are my ones who, even if they were finished with anything, they were usually on Imagine Math, working at it, for passing those lessons just one after another, just constantly. So I'm super excited about these 4. With 70 lessons passed, we have Lily flying out. With 74 lessons passed, we have Summer Lou. With 87 lessons passed, we have Miley Lopez. And with 97 lessons passed this year, we have Abel Sam. this year. And I'm just gonna say, at the beginning of the year, some of these scores were pretty scary to me, but these kids worked hard, and I was just gonna say, we only take 3 benchmarks in math throughout the year. We take one at the very beginning of the year, we take one at Christmas, and then we take one after state tests. So these kids not only had to do state tests, but they had to do this test, and they had to do another test. So to keep their focus and just to continue just to build their scores is such amazing job from all of them. And then to top it off, during this test, I was super nervous. Like I'd walk around, I'd see some of their questions, and I'd be texting like our math specialist. I'd be like, "Teacher, we have like slope questions going on. How are these kids gonna pass slope questions? I haven't even taught that. That's a 7th grade skill." And I'm like, "How are we gonna show growth?" And he's like, "Lee, just be patient, just wait, it'll be okay." And I'm like sweating, and I'm like, okay, I hope these kids are gonna show growth. And then I get the scores in, and I'm just gonna say, to show a 1-year growth, they have to have between an 80 and 100 points. That's 1 year. And I have most of them showed more than a 1-year growth. 2 years growth, you're looking at 200 points. 300 points, we're looking at 3 years growth. And I'm gonna tell you, the scores were just phenomenal. So there are so many who were above 300, but we only give the top 4. So I'm super excited about these who showed just tremendous growth. So most growth in ISET to begin with is Angel Sanchez. Caitlin Decker with 360 point growth. With 365 point growth this year, we have Giovanni. With 410 point growth this year, Jude Rodriguez. And with a 480 point growth, we have Madeline Inner. Super proud of all the perseverance that these kids showed, and there's just dedication just to continue to do better each and every single time. Nice job, guys.
Awesome job. I know that is so difficult, taking the ISEP every single month and doing Imagine Math weekly, but you guys are awesome. You guys have knocked it out of the park. So the next award is the Most Improved Award. I love this award. It's an award that teachers chose students based on their own criteria, that they saw growth and improvement in their students for each hour. So they could pick any criteria, whether it was behavior, showing a Miller 5, efforts, showing improvement in effort, in grades or in subject area. We will start with Mr. Rhodes announcing his Most Improved Award.
All right, so the criteria that I used was kind of a combination of everything, growth in understanding, growth in behavior, and then the Miller 5 that we strive for, each and every day, growth in all those areas. So my most improved for first hour goes to Noah Williams. For my second hour, Jonathan De La Cruz. Third hour, Ella Thomasy. And for my 5th hour goes to Adeline Redpath. All right, next we'll pass it on to Ms. Lee for her motion, please.
All right, for most improved student in first hour, I have Benjamin Douglas. For second hour, Tuck Pruitt. For third hour, Leanna Navarro. And for fifth hour, this kid came to us late in the year, but he worked super hard every single day he was here. Ethan Ritchie. Next up with ELA is Mrs. Easter.
I also used a kind of whole collection of things to help me decide how I was going to get this award, because a lot of kids deserve it, and a lot of kids work really hard for it. And I looked at how they were in the past, from the beginning of the year to now, how they have performed on ISIP from the beginning of the year to now, growth in the classroom, participation in the classroom, behavior in the classroom. It was just kind of a whole bunch of things I used to help me make this decision. And it was hard, but all of these kids are very deserving of it. My first hour kid that has got the most improved award is Aaron Ince. Second hour student, Holly Price. Third hour, Noah Williams. And fifth hour, Peter Mesher. And up next is Mr. McConnell.
Okay, so my criteria that I kind of went through with this was, as it says, just kind of a little bit of everything. The biggest one that I kind of really looked at for a lot of these guys was effort, work ethic. Comparing first semester to second semester. First semester, some of these guys may have had 5, 6, 7 missing assignments. This semester, there's no missing assignments. That's something, one of the things I looked at, behavior, being ready and working hard in the classroom. So for most improved in my first hour, I gave it to David Van Arsdal. David's embarrassed. For second hour, she's worked really hard this semester, Abigail Pruitt. For my third hour, also worked very, very hard, Emily. for fifth hour, I feel like we've called his name several times, Noah Williams. All right, and now for the number 5 awards, I'm going to hand it over to the pictures. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Hine here for a second.
All right. Just like Mrs. Lee, she's always got great ideas. And so, I love it. So, this part's really cool. This is special. I feel like I'm surrounded here. Don't make me nervous. Yeah, anyway. Oh my goodness. We have one that we missed. So we definitely don't want to miss one. So now this student is going to get extra attention. Oh, look at the groan. Did you hear that? They're like, oh, I hope it's not me.
They're sorry. Save the best for last, right? So another one for most growth in Imagine Math, which she put in a lot of hard work, is Gracie Reynolds.
Special to me because you see on our wall we have our 5 core traits that we look for. And parents, just so you know, this is part of our culture here at Lakeview. We believe that pretty much any good choice or bad choice a student makes, you can tie to those 5 words, even us as adults, you know. So you'll hear our teachers say, I love how relational you're being. You have welcomed that new student to our class and invited them to be a part of your group. Or, I love how ready table 5 is. They've got all their stuff out and they're ready to go. Or, I love how responsible you were. You were able to run that errand for me. And I love that you're trustworthy and responsible. And then you can give the flip side, you know. And parents, you might deal with that at home too sometimes. Oh, that's not quite a respectful way to talk. Or you can try harder, be resilient, you know, so pretty much any behavior fits into these. And we also believe not only should kids do them, but we as adults know that to be a good worker in the workplace, we got to do those things as well. So we just believe it's a big part of what we all do. And so it's extra special when we recognize students for exemplifying this. So students, I want you to hear me now. Listen carefully. If you get called up in the next 10, 15 minutes for one of these, I really hope you feel it, real pride in here, because I know this is one of the most challenging things for your teachers to pick. I've heard them like agonizing over it because I know there's more than one student in each class that's ready. I know there's more than one that's responsible. So they have to pick the one that just like stands out above all others. And that's what we're about to hear. So parents, if you want to come up here, be proud. And then after we do each of those character traits, we will call up the Miller 5 Award, the students that best exemplify all 5 all the time, which is extraordinary to be picked for that one. So we're going to do them by trait, because that's Mrs. Lee's idea, and Mrs. Lee has great ideas. So let's do it. Mrs. Lee, go for it.
All right, I will start with relational. And the reason we wanted to do it this way is because we did not pick this by first hour, second hour, you know, whatever. We sat down and we were like, yeah, this kid, this kid, this kid. So it didn't matter which hour they were in. We thought that they deserved this award. So the first one goes to Addison Schick. Jonathan Dela Cruz. He's still shorter than me, by the way. Eliana Salva. And Olivia James.
All right, the next one is our Ready Award. You know, always ready to work, have their supplies ready to go when they come in the room, ready for whatever you ask of them. First one we have is Jalen Doyle. Next we have Lily flying out. Summer Lou. And Adeline Redpath. All right, next we'll hand it off to Miss Easter for the Resilient Award.
Hey, resilient students are students that have overcome great obstacles and still maintain the rest of their mind on top of that. So these kiddos have had some kind of thing that they've had to go through this year and overcome it very well. And we're all real proud of their effort in trying to maintain and keep things going in a positive direction, even though they were going through things in their personal lives. Okay, so resilient. First off, we have Chasen Dixon. And we have Tough Pruitt. Micah Parman. And Malachi Stans. I do have to say, we were blessed with a few new students this year, and 2 of them are standing up here. I can't follow that. I'll let Mr. Clean follow that.
She said she's gonna let Mr. Keys on. I have to tell you, I might have to change some of these names up here now. Some of you are not being very responsible. All right, so this next one is the Responsible Award. Being responsible means that we can trust you with a lot of stuff. You've proven yourself over the year that you guys got it together. And so we're really proud of you guys for that. So for our Responsible Award winners, we have the following. Miley Lopez. Lily Orr. Paula Solis. And Michael Porter. All right, so for the Respectful Award, I'm going to hand it over to one of our students here.
That wasn't very respectful. All right, I don't know why they think I'm so short. I'm very tall. All right, respectful awards. Here we go. We have Trinity Smith. Zachary Gray. Jack Griffin. And Maddie Gully. The Miller 5 Award, and these are students who exemplify all of the traits all of the time. So,
All right, as she said, these are students that we chose that were always ready, always respectful, always responsible, always resilient, always relational. And again, this is probably one of the hardest ones that the four of us had to sit down and choose. We will start with Maddox Lee. Then we have Charlie Bell. Salem Ann. And finally, the last award of the day, I believe, Miller 5 Award to Ruby Stevens. Mr. Hine for closing remarks.
Well, again, it's so much fun to celebrate the great achievements. And students, I want to remind you that even if you're not holding a piece of paper right now, kind of like I said at the start, your growth and what you have accomplished matters most. If you look back at where you were in August, or in 4th grade, some of you have been here, raise your hand if you've been here all 3 years, all right? So you've been here all, think of coming in as a 4th grader as a pandemic started, everything you've been through, I sure hope you can look back and even if you're not holding a piece of paper, think, gosh, how far I've come while I've been at Lakeview. And a lot of that, you know, and by the way, if you can't think of some area that you've grown, ask one of these 4 teachers. I bet they can tell you. Ask Mrs. Freewall. I bet she can tell you, because she works with a lot of you. If you're not sure, ask an adult. You have found a way to grow. And like I always say, you know, one of the things, it's dangerous to compare yourself to others. We tend to do that sometimes. Adults, we tend to do that. And that's an easy way to get to disappointment. If I compare myself to what somebody else has, where they live, the award they got, all right? Compare yourself to you, the you of yesterday, the you of last week, the you of last month, the you of last year, and I guarantee you will find something to be very, very proud of, because I know your teachers and all of us up here are very, very proud of you. Parents, thank you so much for joining us today. Again, it's so wonderful to have you back in the building, and we know this is a collaborative effort, that this success doesn't happen without many things you do at home, the reminders, the encouragement, everything you do to get your child to work hard and collaborating with these teachers. It's a team effort, and we applaud you for all your support, including being here today. Let's give our hand to our parents. And I do want to apologize. I know the ward assemblies are special and a big deal. I do want to apologize for the program being so short, but Mrs. Lee had to come today. So I got you, buddy. Had to work that one in. All right, but seriously. But if you can't tell, you know, this tells you what kind of special bond this teaching team has with their kids. When you have laughter and encouragement and relational things going on, you know something special is going on. And I can tell that, parents, we have a fantastic team in Pod 4. Let's give a hand to your amazing teachers. I also want parents, these 2 ladies right here, Mrs. Mann and Ms. Conklin, are 6th grade counselors. They do so much just beyond the typical stuff you might think school counselors do, but the most important thing they do is have a heart for kids. And I think if any parent can be witness to some of the conversations these ladies have, we want to talk about encouraging, motivating, growth mindset, getting kids to believe in themselves, helping them through tough times, and handing them certificates. These ladies do it all. A hand for our counselors, please. And finally, I also want to thank our incredible assistant principal, Mrs. Frame. She got all of these certificates printed. She handled all the organization of teachers getting names down, getting this whole program together. So thank you, Mrs. Frame, for all you do for being in our school. Did you have something to say, Mr. Rhodes? Okay, this is highly unusual. Okay, go ahead.
Some of you may know, some of you may not. This man here has been at Lakeview for 24 years. And this is his last. He has accepted another position in Yukon still at Shedeck Elementary to be the principal over there. It will be a huge loss to Lakeview. I know all of us feel the same way when we found out when he met with us. So, students, parents, a round of applause for our principal, Scott Hines.
Thank you, Mr. Rhodes. I wasn't going to say anything about it. We'll get you out of here. I will say this. This is the last program that we'll have this year, so it does make it the last of hundreds and hundreds of programs I was at here as a teacher, assistant principal, and principal. And I think it's fitting that the pod I taught in, Pod 4, was my last awards assembly at Lakeview, because Pod 4 always has a special place in my heart. While I have a group here listening for just a minute, I'll just say this. It's a tremendous honor to be a principal, and what makes it so rewarding is watching great kids like these achieve, learn, grow, and we're ready to send an awesome class of 6th graders to 7th grade as our next Yukon Middle School students. So I am looking forward to a new opportunity to serve a different grade level and in a different school because it has been 24 years. I told one student it's kind of like I played for the same team for 24 years and I want to see what it's like to play in a different city for a different team. But it doesn't mean I don't love this team of teachers, these kids. It's been very, very special. So thank you, Mr. Rhodes and teachers for that. And thank you for joining us here and online, helping us celebrate success. It's what it's all about. So have a wonderful day. As students dismiss, parents, please, it is your earned right as a parent. Pull them out of line, hug them, kiss them, embarrass them. Thank you for helping us celebrate kids. Have a great day, everybody. Students will attend for 7 hours.
Hey, I got your back, man. I told you I would.
Hey, let's get a picture of you.